was just wondering if you think that the anger that's in the Middle East at the moment would spill over into our culture and what's going on with people not having enough jobs and the lower class getting, there's the middle class disappearing and the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. If that's something we have to fear here.
In a word, no. I think that the moment in which a whole society fractures into open rebellion, which we've seen in Tunisia, Egypt, Bahrain, now Libya, and probably other societies to come, requires a certain rigidity in that society where people basically have no rights of self-expression. They live from decade to decade watching material conditions get worse. They get promises of reform and see none. That is a recipe for these sudden and sort of catastrophic reorganizations of society, not necessarily catastrophic in a bad sense, but in the sense of big. Yeah. America is not like that. We certainly have plenty of social and political tensions here and lots of people animated by a sense of grievance, but not that frozenness, not that lack of opportunity and inability to even speak. We don't have secret police here, or if we do, they're so secret I haven't noticed them. We don't have prisons in which people are routinely tortured because they're thought to be enemies of the regime. I know I can get some pushback on that, but the truth is we don't. And there is enough fluidity in American society that I don't think that we are ripe for revolution. The last time anybody seriously thought America was ripe for revolution was in the late 1960s, and the splinter group of the Students for a Democratic Society, the Weathermen, thought that the revolution was imminent. They were wrong. And we're certainly nowhere near the point of that kind of fracturing today. Are people who are engaged with radical critique of American society inspired by what they see going on in the Middle East? I think so. I'm catching some of the rhetoric of, yes, we could have that here too, and there's a kind of longing for it, as though the breakout of massive social disorder would be a good thing. But I think that's more or less an academic fantasy of people who've never really had to deal with actual violence in the streets. There was a congressman, I think his name is Capuana in Massachusetts, who yesterday or the day before said that blood in the streets would be a good thing. He was a Democrat, and he's thinking about encouraging what's going on in Madison. Blood in the streets would be a good thing. I think that someone who declares something like that is really marginalizing himself from the American mainstream. We are not a culture that wants blood in the streets, and that's a good thing.